Hello everyone, welcome back to Software Testing with Ree. In today's practical video, we'll simplify one of the most useful SQL topic, which is subqueries. Subqueries let you write powerful, flexible queries, perfect for data validation, filtering, or analysis. Let's see how they work in real time. Before starting with the subqueries, let's first try to create our two tables and insert data into them. So we'll write create table employees, and let's quickly add columns to it. So we'll write employee ID of type number, then of employee name of type varchar2, length 50, then add department of type varchar2, length 20, and lastly let's add salary of type number. That's it. Let's run this and create our table. Oh, so we already have a employees table. So let's first remove it. So we'll write drop table employees and let's run this. Our table is dropped. So now let's run this. So our table is created now. Now let's insert data into this table. So we'll write insert into employees and then we'll write values and let's say the first employee ID is 101. Her name is Alice. She is a QA. From QA department and her salary is $50,000. Now just copy this and insert 4 more employees information into it. 4, 5, and let's first update the employee ID 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's say the second employee name is Bob. Third employee name is Charlie. And let's say the fourth employee is Diana. And fifth one is Eve. And let's say Bob is from developers department. His salary is 65,000. Then Charlie is from QA. His salary is 55,000. Lastly, Diana is from developer department and her salary is 62,000. And lastly, Eve is from HR department and her salary is 45,000. So let's run this. Okay, so data into our employees table is added. Let's check it. Select star from employees. So we got our employees table. Now let's create one more table called projects. So we'll write create table projects and we'll add columns to it. So we'll add project ID of type number and project name of type varchar length 50 and lastly owner employee ID of type number. Let's run this. So our table is created. Now let's insert data into it. So let's copy this and we'll add data into it. So let's change the name of the table first. And then let's remove one of these. And yeah, so let's say the project ID 1 is 1, first project ID is 1, name is automation, and the owner employee ID is 101. Now let's copy this and add 3 more projects, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say their IDs are 2, 3, and 4. And the second project is web app. Owner ID is 102. Next is mobile app with the owner ID 104, and last one is recruitment with the owner ID 105. Let's run this. And we added the information into our table. So now let's check with our select statement. So let's copy this, paste here, and run. So you see we got 4 projects with like different employee ID, owner employee ID. So now we'll start working on our subqueries part. Let's say first we want to use as a where clause. So we'll be using subqueries in subqueries in where clause to filter rows based on another query. So let's start writing it. Let's say we want to, let's say our first example is to find employees managing projects. So we'll write select star. We want to get everything from about those employees, from employees where employee ID in. So we'll use the in, and then we'll write another query inside it. So we'll write select owner, and we'll be printing like owner employee ID from our projects tables, ID from projects. So here first we are kind of like looking for the owner employee ID in our projects, and then based on that we'll check the match the employee ID, and this employee ID is searched in the employees table, and this way we'll get the names of or information of all the project owners. So let's run this. Oh, we got some error. Let's see where it is. So we have a spelling mistake in owner employee ID. So correct it and let's run it. So you see we have 4 project owners. One is Alice from QA department. Now in the second example, let's say we want to see employees who are not managing the projects. So let's copy this and paste. So in the second query, let's say we want to see employees not managing projects. So basically what we have done is first we uh, find all the employee IDs or owner employee IDs in the project, and then we check if they are matching with our employee ID, and if they are matching, that means they are managing any project, and that's based on that we get our results, like we got Alice, Bob, Diana, and Eve. If you look here, so we have employee ID 101, 102, 104, and 105. So 103 is skipped. And if you check here, 103 is Charlie. So we don't see Charlie in this list because he's not managing projects. So if we write now like not in, so then we should get Charlie as our output. So let's run this and see what we get. So you see we got information about Charlie, because he is not managing projects. So not in. When we run this with the subqueries in select clause or with where clause, you get like both not in and in, you can use like this. So let's say now we want to see subqueries with select clause or subqueries in select clause. Select clause. So let's say we want to display the employees who have employees with their department average salary. So we write employees with department average salary. So we can write select. So we want to write employee name, then department, and then we want to write select, find the average salary as well. So we'll write average salary, average of the salaries from employees E2, because we write E2 as aliasing, giving another name for the table so that we can refer to it as in a short form instead of writing employees again and again. And then we apply where clause to filter. So E2 dot department is equals to E1 dot department, and lastly we write it like we'll display this average salary as a department average salary, and from our employees table, and we call give this a short name of E1. So let's run this and see what we get. So you see we got all our 5 employees names and their department, and now you see the column name which is department average salary. This is what we gave here, and that's what we are getting as an output, and these are the average salaries for different departments that these employees belong to. Now let's see if we want to see or use subqueries in from clause. So let's see how we can do it. So let's say we want to find maximum salary by department meant in this table. So we can write select. So we write select department, and then we want to see the max salary as max salary, and now we apply our from clause where we'll filter, and then we write sub group by department, because we want to see the max salary by department, filtered by department, and here we'll write the subquery for like filtering the department and salaries from the employees table. So we'll write select department comma salary from employees table. So you can write like this if you want to like filter maximum salary by department. So we'll select like department and maximum salary from, then we find like 2 columns, that is our department and salary, and based on that we'll like get this maximum salary and department, and everything is grouped by department because we want to kind of get department wise uh, maximum salary. So let's run this and see what we get. So you see we get we have 4 departments, and we have like maximum salaries from each department. Now let's say we want to this was subqueries with the in from clause, subqueries in from clause. Now let's say see correlated subqueries. correlated subqueries, which means the outer query which runs per row. Outer query runs per row. So let's say we want to find the employees who are earning more than their department's average salary. So employees earning more than their department's average salary. So we'll write select employee name because we want to get the names of the employees and their salary and their department, and we'll apply the filter on this. So from employees E1 because we don't want to use the full employees again and again, and then we apply filter on our salary greater than, and here we apply our second subquery which is select average salary from employees where employees E2 because first we already have E1, so we have to create here for short form for second table, second subquery or subquery, and then we write where E2 dot department is equals to E1 dot department. So you see, we first find out the average salary and we compared it with our department's ID or departments, and then we'll get the average salary and will be compared with the salary of the employee, and based on like whosoever gets the highest salary, their name, department and salary will be displayed. So let's run this and see what we get. So we have a error. Let's see where is like maybe run this whole. Okay, let's put that back. Okay, there was semicolon which is not correct. So you see we got Charlie who is earning $55,000, which is more than the average department's average salary. Let's say we want to see who is earning less than or equal to a department's average salary. So we should get the remaining 4 employees name here. So you see we got Alice, Bob, Diana and Eve who are earning less than or equal to the department's average salary. Now the next question comes as we saw subqueries with the where clause, from clause, and even we checked with group by. So now let's say we want to know why we or when we use subquery and when to use joins. So basically we use joins whenever we need data from multiple tables or you just want to combine rows. So let's say we write select. Let's see first example of join. So we write select star from employees E, and then we apply a join with the projects project P on, and we apply a join based on the employee ID and owner employee ID EMP underscore ID is equals to P dot owner employee ID. So what we are going to get is let's first correct this. Where is our projects? We have a spelling mistake. Instead of project we added projects, so that's why it was giving error. So let's run this. So you see we got all the employee names and their project names on which they are kind of heading the project. And you see, because Charlie is not heading the project, that's why it was not included in this table or in this join. And where do we use subqueries? So subqueries are used basically to filter or compare values, or where we need a simple logic. So like we found the employee names where we want to see like who is heading the project or managing the project. Like we can get the similar information about like the employee name and the projects they are heading using the subquery like we saw above. So we can we want to see here subqueries please for so we'll write select employee name from employees where employee ID in, and now we just find the owner of the projects based on like owner employee ID. Select owner emp underscore ID from projects. So let's run this. So you see we got all Alice, Bob, Diana, which we got from this join subquery as well. So you see, we got the same information, but it's just that we use subqueries when we want to filter or compare values, or there is a need for uh, simple logic is needed. Thanks for watching. You have now learned the most important types of subqueries and when to use them. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, which is Software Testing with Ree. I'll see you in the next video.